Calas. Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Now remember to comment, like and subscribe so we can get more videos like this one to you guys. So today we are working on replacing an IBR in a 2013 RXPX. And here's the Jetski and here is the IBR. This is the old style IBR, so it's all the way down here, all the way at the end of the Jetski. So if we look in here, it's all the way back there. On the new ones, the IBR is right here, right in front of the charger. So it's a lot easier on the new ones to change an IBR. This one, not so much. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this bucket out, this bracket here, just take the pump out. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is just take all this stuff out, see what we got. Sometimes they're a pain in the butt to get out. As long as you don't break them, you're fine. I use the pliers and I grab them with not a lot of force, and I just, make force like this. So they're plastic, and they're brittle. Like this one is already falling apart. But they're cheap. If you break them, just go to the dealer and buy a new one. Look at this. That's all corrosion from the salt water. So this is the bolt for the steering. Gotta get this off. Now we're gonna get this bucket off. It's amazing how fast the electric one goes. Sometimes, you just can't use them. There he goes. I see that these bolts, they have a little bit of grease, which is really smart. You should have a waterproof grease on this. And there goes my phone. So putting grease in this bolt is not a bad idea because they'll come out easier. And also on this on the plastic and in here, because these supposed to come out, but it doesn't because it's stuck in there. So you put grease and everything is a lot easier for the next time. So waterproof grease. All right, they came out. Woo. Sometimes they don't want to come out and it really complicates things. These guys here, see, they had a little bit of grease, that's why they came out. All right. Okay, now I see why this didn't want to come out. Whoever worked on this ski the last time did it wrong. And I bet this Jetski cavitated like crazy. And they probably just didn't think anything of it. If you look in here, these seals were seals for your cavitation and it was caught right there. So definitely air was getting through here and it must have cavitated like crazy. And look at this prop. Woo! Oh, and the bearing's bad. Yeah, it already has movement side to side, so he needs to rebuild this pump. This is a mistake that a lot of people do when they don't know what they're doing. I personally put a little bit of grease around it, so when you put it in here, it's nice. It just goes in nice. You don't have to do this. I guess we'll use the big gun. And just like that, we took everything out of the pump. You can see all the dust from inside of the bolts. These bolts are really in there. So we should be able to push this out there. I mean, oh, look at that. Missing one bolt. Look at that. That's all the salt. Anyway, I move it inside a little bit, and because it has a little bit of silicone in the inside, so it should come right out. And now we go in the inside. So just like that, we finished with the back. Now we're gonna go in the inside the jet ski and take everything that we need to take out. You gotta be careful with these bolts because they love, oh, got one more. These washers in here from these 10mm bolts, there's 6 of them, 2 and 2 and 2 here. When you're taking them off, they love to fall down. The ones in here, there's a washer and a nut, and you gotta be careful. It just goes all the way down to the bottom of the sheet, and that is not fun. Sometimes this plastic comes out with, there we go, without taking the sides off. I don't like to take this off because it treads into the fiberglass, and sometimes people just strip them and they put silicone, and it's just more work for me. I gotta put silicone again, and it's just a pain. But in this case, we might have to take it off. Oh, no, it's right here. And he's missing a bolt anyway. There's only one bolt holding it. So, and it's loose. See, this is a perfect sample. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some silicone on this when I put it back on. It's completely stripped. So that's what I'm talking about. I just hold them like this with my 2 fingers, and I hold the washer and the nut. In case the nut falls, see, it falls in your hand. So you kind of do it like this when you're taking them off, so they fall right in your hand and not at the bottom of the jet ski. See, this one, someone already lost the washer. It had just the nut, barely. I don't know. This nut is completely stripped. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh my God. I don't even know how I got it out. That's funny. And he's missing the washer on the top of the, you see how this bolt just dug into the plastic. Come on, guys, do it the right way. Now we have to remove the water box. Look at this. This Jetski at one point got really overheated and he melted the sensor. So sensor should be around here somewhere. Here it is. Completely melted. Look at that. That's crazy. So if he overheats again, then it's not gonna, the computer's not gonna beep. The Jetski's not gonna beep. He's not gonna know that he's overheating and he's gonna sink the Jetski. This is important. Stuff like this, it's important to have it the right way. So more bad news for this guy. Now we start cutting a million zip ties from Sea-Doo. They love to put zip ties. And just like that, we're halfway through this job. Look at this. Wow. This is what you get here in South Florida on the salt water. This guy really doesn't really take care of his Jetski. I mean, if you look at all the oil, look at this plug. This is just unbelievable. Yeah. So now, before I take this plug off, I have to clean it. Because I don't want all this stuff, you know, back on the... I need to clean the plug anyway. I mean, just my nature. More work for me. All right, these plugs are really stuck in there, and especially in a Jetski like this, they're really hard to get out. So you got to be careful not to break the plug. Whew! Look at my finger. There we go. And I always forget, that's the way you do it. You put these things in here and you just wiggle it around until it comes out. There we go. So the actual plug is not contaminated in the inside, so I don't see any blue. Like if you see corrosion and it's usually like a greenish bluish color in all the plugs, and you're in trouble. But this one is really good. Let me snoop around and see what else I see wrong. I see that the strap that holds the water box is broken. it looks like someone already replaced all of the clamps in all the closed loop, so that's good. I don't see any clamps that are rusty and they need to be replaced. So the carbon seal looks like it's old, but the shaft is completely rusty. So this probably needs to be, the shaft probably needs to be replaced, because it's once I take the carbon seal ring and all the stuff off, I'm gonna see corrosion, and then when I put the new one, it's gonna leak. So I bet this key is taking on water right now. So more bad news for this guy. And you have to take care of your stuff. Let's check the motor mounts. His motor mounts are getting there. Oh yeah. If you can move your motor like that, that means the motor mounts are halfway through their life. You should be able to move the motor a little bit, but not like that. I mean, this is ridiculous. So I know they're halfway through their life, and that's about it. I mean, the intercooler is probably I don't want to say, but I will check that too. All right, so got our new IBR in. I put a little bit of silicone all around the factory gasket just to be a little more safe, and put all the bolts in them. So now I like to check them by hand. That's pretty good, because with the gun, you just really don't know how tight you put in things. Sometimes they're too loose, sometimes they're too tight. So you do it by hand, and you get a feeling for it. That's pretty good. So now we put everything back that we just took off, and then we got to program the RBR, and that is about it. So taking the IBR out, there's two ways of doing it. You can take it how I did it, which I went inside of the outside of the hull, and I took all the stainless steel bolts off, and I took the whole thing from the inside, which it looks like this, which is this bracket. Now the other way of doing it is you leave this bracket and you go in the inside of the Jetski and you take these 5 bolts. Now I find that harder to do, because then you have to find the bolts. You have to guess with your eyes closed, and then the most important thing why I don't do it is you're swimming. Like you're swimming, your arms are completely stretched out, and most of the time I hurt my shoulders doing that, and I don't want to do that. So you might say maybe it's a little easier to the inside, but I don't think so. It's not worth it to me. So I'll take the whole thing out, and then I come here to the bench, I take these 5 bolts out, take it off, put the new IBR right on top of this bracket, and then put the whole thing inside. I put it inside the Jetski, and then I grab this piece, and I grab it, and then I find all the little holes. I put a little silicone on this, on the gaskets, and you're done. So that's my way of doing it. If you think you can do it better, then go hey and let me know. So like I say, there's 2 ways of doing the IBR. I find this way easier. Fearless.